Jagrute, just give me a minute.
Bhagavanto punah punah atitam triguణarahitam ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमम् देवीं सरस्वतीं चैव ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीता अथ दशमोऽध्यायः विभूतियोगः। श्रीभगवानुवाच हन्त ते कथयिष्यामि दिव्या ह्यात्मविभूतयः प्राधान्यतः कुरु श्रेष्ठ नास्त्यन्तो विस्तरस्य मे अहमात्मा गुडाकेश सर्वभूताशयस्थितः अहमादिश्च मध्यं च भूतानामन्त एव च आदित्यानामहं विष्णुः ज्योतिषां रविरंशुमान् मरीचिर्मरुतामस्मि नक्षत्राणामहं शशि. Hari Om everybody. I am confirming to all of you that amongst Adityas, this Vishnu, who is the youngest, is indeed the Vamanavatar. Vamanavatar. He is also called Indranuja, or Krishna also is called Indranuja. That is the younger brother of Indra. Adityānāmaham Vishnuhu Jyotisham Raviramshuman Marichirmarutamasmi Nakshatrānāmaham Shashi Vedanam Samavedosmi Devanam Asmi Vasavaha Indriyanam Manaschasmi Bhutanam Asmi Chetanam Rudranam Shankaraschasmi Vittesho Yaksharakshasam Vasunam Pavakaschasmi Meruhu Shekharinamaham Purodasamcha Mukhyam Mam Purodasamcha Mukhyam Mam Viddhi Pardha Bruhaspatim Senani Namaham Skandaha Sarasamasmi Sagaraha Maharshinam Bhruguraham Giram Asmyaikam Aksharam Yajnanam Yapayajñosmi Stavaranam Himalayaha Ashwatha Sarva Vrikshanam Devarshinam cha Naradaha Gandharvanam Chitraradaha Siddhanam Kapilo Munihi Uche Shrivasamashvanam Viddhimamam Rutodbhavam Airavatam Gajendranam Naranam cha Naradhipam Ayudhanamaham Vajram Dhenunam Kamadhuku Prajanaschasmi Kandarpaha Sarpanam Vasukihi Anantaschasmi Naganam Varuno Yadasamaham Pitrunam Aryamachasmi Yamaha Samyamatamaham Prahladashasmi Daichanam Kala Kalayatamaham Mruganam cha Mrugendroham Vainateyascha Pakshinam Pavana Pavatamasmi Rama Shastra Bhrutamaham Jashanam Makaraschasmi Shrotasamasmi Janhavi Sarganam Adirantascha Madhyam Chaivaham Arjuna Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam Vada Pravadatamaham Aksharanam Akarosmi Dvandva Samasikasya cha Ahamevakshaya Kalo Dhataham Vishvato Mukhaha Mrityus Sarvaharaschaham Uddhavascha Bhavishyatam Kirti Shri Vakyanari Nam Smritir Medha Dhruti Kshama Bruhatsama Tadhasam Nam Gayatri Chandasamaham Masanam Margasirshoham Rutonam Kusumakaraha Jyotam Chalayatamasmi Tejas Tejasvinamaham Jayosmi Vyavasayosmi Sattvam Sattvatamaham. The first line is covered up. Yeah. Jyotam Chalayatamasmi Tejas Tejasvinamaham Jayosmi Vyavasayosmi Sattvam Sattvatamaham Vrishninam Vasudevosmi Pandavanam Dhananjayaha Muninam Apyaham Vyasaha Kavinam Ushana Kavihi Dando Damayatamasmi Niti Rasmi Jikishatam Maunam Chaivasmi Guhyanam Jnanam Jnanavatamaham Ichhapi Sarvabhutanam Bijam Tadaham Arjuna Nata Daste Vina Yasyat Maya Bhutam Characharam Nantosti Mama Divyanam Vibhutinam Parantapa Eshatu Deshata Proktaha Vibhuter Vistaro Maya Yadyat Vibhuti Matsatvam Shri Madhurjitamevava Tattadeva Vagachatvam Mama Tejomsha Sambhavam. Yeah, we will get back to the earlier verses. Ayudhanam Aham Vajram Anantaschasmanaganam Varuno Yadasamaham. Correct. Pitrunam Aryamachasmi Yamaha Samyamatamaham. Amongst the disciplinarians, the Yamadeva, his glory is mine. Yamat Samyamatamaham. Pitrunam Aryamachasmi. Amongst the Pitru Devatas, I am Aryama. Anantaschasmi Naganam. Amongst the Nagas, I am Anantaha, that is Seshaha, Adiseshaha. Varuno Yadasamaham. Amongst the river deities like Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, etc. Incidentally, the Saraswati river was there during the Dwapara Yuga, and maybe a little time later also. It has become a, either a dried up river, or it is Bhuhu Antarbhagaha. It has gone below the earth. Maybe it is flowing below the earth. And Saraswati river is very famous for so many yajnas, yagas, and so many rishi ashramas, and so many wonders that lot of punyashila vrataha they have carried out. Anantaschasminaganam varuno yadasamaham. So Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Sindhu, Brahmaputra, Kaveri, whatever. All those deities, they are Yadasaha. And amongst them, I am the king. I am Varunaha. Anantaschasminaganam. Okay. Then next verse. Prahladaschasmidaichanam kala kalayatamaham. Is it not? Yeah. Prahladaschasmidaicanam kala kalayatamaham mruganam cha mrugendroham vainateyascha pakshinam. Now, incidentally, any doubts from yesterday's Zoom session? If there are no questions, we'll go forward. Okay. Hey, why is this being done?
Nana, only thing is that there is so much of, wealth of the interwoven stories that I'm talking for myself. It is so difficult to catch up with all the names and connections that you have so wonderfully shared. So, and that is one. Second, it has kindled the interest, I think, unanimously in all of us to read the Mahabharata.
What is that?
It has kindled.
Okay.
It has kindled the desire, the interest to read the Mahabharata.
Let not the desire vanish.
Yes.
All of you must reinforce that kind of noble desire.
Right. Yeah.
Because, like Bhagavan said, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veti tatvataha.
Yeah, that is one. It's like we had one doubt. We were actually revisiting Atma Bodh. In that, we were, there are three causes for the cause of any creation. You require the material cause, the efficient cause, and the instrumental cause.
Yeah.
Example, for a pot to make a pot, you require the clay, which is the material cause. Instrumental cause is the potter's wheel, and the potter is the efficient cause. Now, considering the creation of Jagat, here Brahma is the efficient cause. Maya, he is also the material cause.
He is also the instrumental cause.
That is what we were wondering, what the instrumental cause is here, whether it is also, he's also the instrumental, or is Maya the instrumental cause?
No, Maya is the upadana karanam. That is the material cause.
Maya is the material cause.
And Adipurusha, Brahma, he is both the instrumental cause and the nimitta karanam. Nimitta upadana karanam, he is, upadana karanam is Maya, which is Brahma Shraya, and the instrumental cause also him. In the Taittiriya Upanishad, if you recollect, so kamayata bahusyam prajayeti satapotapyata, that tapotapyata becomes as though the instrumental cause. He went on thinking, planning, etc. And that is how the Jagat is evolved using Maya as the Upadana Karanam and Brahma as both the Nimitta Karanam and the instrumental cause, both. Yeah.
So in effect, even Maya is nothing but him, his power only.
It is his, yeah, correct.
So although it is given the name Upadan, the material cause, all three are actually him.
True.
Correct?
Actually, we say Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Okay. Those Trinity's spouses are the Maya. That is their Shakti. Lakshmi, Mahalakshmi, Mother Parvati, Mother Saraswati, all these are the Maya. Their spouses are Maya. They are dependent on them. Brahmashraya Maya. Maya Shiraya Brahma Kadu. Okay. That distinction must be understood. See, your shadow is dependent on you. You are never dependent on the shadow.
Yeah.
This is only an example, but don't equate Maya to shadow.
Yeah, correct.
Shadow cannot do so many things, cannot do anything also. Whereas Maya, there is nothing it cannot do. There is nothing it cannot do. It just requires the nod from Brahma and she will go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Any other doubt?
No, this was the doubt we had.
Okay. Now tell me, why is this screen getting changed
because,
so often?
No, because I am sharing through my, 1 second. Because I'm sharing through my iPhone, Nana. 1 second. I will restart the share. 1 second.
Because this is quite disturbing.
Yeah, I know it is disturbing, but we will have to just make do with it. Okay.
Yeah.
You can go ahead now.
Yeah. Pitrunamaryama chasmi yamasamyamatamaham. Now praladashyasmi daichanam kala kalayatamaham. Mruganam cha mrugendroham. Vainateyasya pakshinam. This Vainateya we were covering his greatness yesterday. And he has taken the huge elephant and the huge tortoise. And you remember where we broke off yesterday because of lack of time was the branch on which he wanted to land and partake the food from the elephant and the tortoise. The branch broke. When it broke, he happened to notice those Valakilya rishis, and he holds the falling branch of the huge tree in his beak. Now all his limbs are very active. In both the class, he has got two huge animals. These huge animals are really huge. If you go through the descriptions in the Bharatam, several yojanas long and high and wide, both these animals. And those he effortlessly carries in his class. For him, who has carried the Mandara Parvata, these animals are not a big job for him. And not only that, he holds the falling tree branch in his beak and approaches Father Kashyapa and requests him, "Oh Father, where do I land these rishis? Please see that they do not curse me." Then Kashyapa requests the rishis. They will say, "Okay, you go to so-and-so place in Gandhamadana Parvatam near Himalayas." Okay, in the Himalayan range, he goes there and deposits the branch there very gently, and the Valakilya rishis, they bless him and depart from there. And he partakes both the elephant and the tortoise as his breakfast. Huge fellows, and he simply devours them, and he becomes very powerful. Okay, he was feeling very, very hungry. And this hunger, immediately after birth, mind you, immediately after birth. And now his vow is what? His vow is to
Free his
redeem,
mother.
redeem the freedom of his mother. So he goes to his mother, takes her blessings, and goes away to Devaloka. When he goes to Devaloka, it's not an easy thing to go to Devaloka, and he goes there easily, very easily, and he creates a lot of tremor there in the Devaloka and in the vicinity. People will be really worried. Indra and all his important deities, they will be really worried as to what it is. They ask Brihaspati, and he says, "Hey, this is nothing. Your brother is coming to you. Your brother is coming to you." Then he doesn't know what is that brother. He knew the latest brother was Vamana. And what is this Garuda? And Brihaspati says, he is from out of Kashyapa Prajapati and Venata Devi. And he is coming to take away the Amrutamandam. You better guard it carefully. Then Indra, of course, the Amrutamandam is like in the Fort Knox. In the Fort Knox in USA, there is there is a there is a lot of gold that is stocked, I believe, and to approach that itself is difficult. To enter that is impossible, that kind of a thing. So the Amrita Bandam is like in the Fort Knox. And when Garuda goes there, there will be a lot of fire that is protecting the the Simhadwara of the Amrita Banda place. Then what he does, he simply goes away, picks up a lot of water from various rivers, and he throws the water onto the fire and extinguishes the fire. Then he has to encounter vicious snakes, very vicious snakes, huge snakes. Then what he does, he picks up a lot of dust from some desert somehow and throws the desert on the eyes of the snakes, and the snakes cannot anymore see Garuda. And Garuda very deftly finds a way between the snakes and goes and picks up the Amrita Banda. All these things he does. And when he is coming away with the Amrita Banda, Indra throws the Vajrayudham at Garuda. And Garuda, out of respect for his elder brother who is Indra, elder brother because he was Adichanamaham Vishnu, and he is Vishnu's eldest brother, this Indra. So, and he is born much later, and he was born to Vinata, and he is a younger brother because the father is the same. Though the mother is for Indra, Diti, not Diti, sorry, Aditi, for him the mother is Vinata. That is how he has become Vainateya. When Indra throws the Vajrayudham out of respect for not only Indra, to the Vajrayudham also, Garuda simply leaves one of his feathers there as though that was hurt and tells Indra, "This is all the power of your Vajrayudham against me." And he goes away. When he goes away, Brihaspati again advises Indra, "Hey, you befriend this Garuda. There is no use. You're trying to fight him. And you befriend him. He will be of a huge help for the armies of the Devatas." Indra says, "Okay." On the way to Bhuloka, he has to come back and give the Amrita Bandam to the Nagas, isn't it? So on the way back, he encounters Vishnu Deva, and Vishnu says, "I am highly pleased with you, Garuda. You are very selfless, and you are wedded to ensure the freedom of your mother. That's a very laudable effort by you. I want to give you a boon. You desire what you want. You know what? Garuda, you know what he desires? He says, I want to be on top of you. This, this kind of a desire he entertains. I want to be on top of you. My God, what a desire is that? And Vishnu says, okay, you will be on top of my Radham. Okay? I will be having the Garuda emblem on the flag of my Radham. Okay? Then Garuda does not keep quiet. I am pleased with you, Vishnu. I will give you a boon. Choose what you want. Garuda gives boon to Vishnu. And Vishnu says, you be my Vahana. Garuda says, okay. From then on, Vishnu has become Garuda Gamana. This is a beautiful story. I have told you in a very nutshell, and this goes on and on and on. There are several episodes like this in Mahabharata. One such is this. Another is the little Rishi who rescues all the Nagas from Janamejaya's Sarpayagam. That is a huge story. Okay? And Naladamayanti story. Ramayanam in Mahabharata and Vamanavatara, Prahladopakhyanam, all these things. Beautiful. I tell you, Vyasa Maharshi through Vaishampayana announces there is nothing which is not in this that is available elsewhere. Whatever is the story or the episode that is described in various other granthas, all those things are here. That is a claim by Vyasa Bhagavan, and that is true also. Okay, otherwise, where is Ramayana finding place in Mahabharata? Whereas in Ramayana there is no mention of Mahabharata, because that was yet to take place, this Mahabharata story. Maybe that is because of that. Okay, so this kind of thing, this Vainateya, such a very powerful person, and he frees his mother from the clutches of the Nagas, from the slavery to his other auntie. Auntie is what? Kadruva. That's how now. Now Prahladas Chatmi Daichanam. Amongst the Diti Santati, Daichanam is the Santati of Diti. Diti Aditi. Diti has given rise to Daityas. Aditi has given rise to Adityas. Right? Danu has given rise to Danavas. Kadruva has given rise to Nagas. Vinata has given rise to one half living.
What is the difference, Nana, between Danavas and his Daityas?
Maybe they have the same guna characteristics, but because they were born to different wives of Kashyapa, Danu is one of the wives of Kashyapa, and her children are called Danavas. But the
characteristics seem to be the same, no? As Asuric characteristics.
True.
Right.
True. Okay, Prahladasyasmi Daichanam Kala Kalayatamaham. There is one of the wives of Kashyapa through whom he begets what? The Jalacharas, I think. Like the Vainateya, Aruna have come out from Vinata, the Jalacharas have come out from some other wife. I forgot. That's how. Okay. Now Prahlada Charitra. Before that, Prahladasyatmi Daichanam Kalaha kalayatamaham. Amongst the counters, I am time. Kalaha kalayatamaham. You go through these pratipadardhas. Daichanam, amongst the asuras who are born of Diti, Prahladaha cha asmi. I am Prahlada. Kalayatam, amongst things that reckon. Reckon means count, kind of. Amongst the things that reckon, aham kalaha, I am time. How beautifully it is mentioned by Bhagavan. Is there anything that can escape the count of time? And this kalaha is not kshayaha. Kalaha akshayam. Akshayam also is mentioned somewhere in this verse. Aham kalaha mruganam cha aham mrugendraha pakshinam vainateyaha kala kalayatamaham. Maybe akshayam was elsewhere, perhaps. Prahladaschasmi daichanam kala kalayatamaham mruganam. This I am the time. And this time keeps on counting. That is how we know we have a birthday and we have to attend to that appointment, disappointment, all these things. Kalaha kalayatamaham. And the time which reckons, and the time which is the counter, which is the supreme counter. It's not a calculate, not just a calculate, supreme counter. Kala kalayatamaham. And when will you be aware of this kalaha? When will you be aware of kalaha? When you are aware that you are Atma. Ahamatma. Ahamatma gudakeshaha. Sarvabhutashayasthitaha. That is what Bhagavan has proclaimed. Aham Atma. If you can say Aham Atma by Jnana Darshanena, then this Kala as though vanishes for you. Because Atma is Kala Atitaha. This Kala cannot any longer count anything connected with you. Kalaha Kalayatamaham. As long as you swim in the Jagat. You swim in the Maya Jagat. Okay, in the Midya Jagat, this Kala is important. Kala Kalayatamaham. Mruganam cha. Amongst the wild animals, Aham Mrugendraha. I am the king of animals, the lion. And the lion is known to be very, very brave, absolutely fearless. Only a little fear it perhaps has regarding a rogue elephant, an elephant which has tusks and which does not care about its own life. That kind of a rogue elephant, this lion is as though worried of. Otherwise, it does not fear any animal at all. Aham mrugendraha, mruganam indraha. Pakshinam, amongst the birds, I am vainateyaha. I am Garuda. This we have covered adequately. Adequately is not correct. There is a lot about Garuda of which we have not known yet. This Garuda, you know what? There is this Vishwamitra used to have a number of Sishyas. One Sishya wanted to pay back the Guru Dakshina to Vishwamitra. Vishwamitra says, hey, what can you pay? You go, man. You go, you need not give me any Guru Dakshina. You go away. You start your Grihastha-ashrama. But remember what all you learned through me and in this ashram, you very meticulously follow. But this Shishya of his keeps on pestering as though Vishwamitra, no, please name what Guru Dakshina I can give. I will not be happy without giving you Guru Dakshina. Otherwise, I will be treated as being ungrateful. I don't want to be branded like that, all those things. Then Vishwamitra is given to a lot of anger. If you kind of frustrate him, he will become very angry. And he says, okay, give me 800 horses with the left ear, 800 white horses, all 800 white horses with the left ear having one black dot. Wow.
What an ask.
Wow. This is to as though get it off that Shishya who has been pestering him. But the Shishya has asked, and now Shishya has to fulfill the Guru's desire. So he goes away. He goes away, and poor fellow, he does not have any money at all. He is a very poor fellow, and parentage also is from very poor family. And what he does, he keeps on worrying. He goes to the goes to the ocean bank, okay, and keeps on as though picking up the oceanic water through some tumbler and putting it on the land. Then Garuda comes. Why I remembered this story is Garuda's story, though I have covered, I've really not covered. There's a lot more to Garuda for us to know than what I have told you. And this Garuda has him, and this Garuda is a friend of that fellow. Okay, that fellow's name I forgot. These days, names are not occurring to my mind so quickly. Okay, now Garuda says, hey, what is this you are doing? Now I am trying to empty the ocean. What, what silly idea is this? How can you empty the ocean? Then he says, my Guru has asked for this Guru Dakshina, and conforming to the Guru Dakshina desire of Guru is like emptying the ocean. From then on, Garuda starts helping him, and later on, he will become successful. That is another story. That's another story, lovely story. And now, Prahladascha Daichana. This is an important aspect of this sloka. Prahladascha Daichanam. I am Prahladaha. Amongst the Daichas, I am Prahladaka. Prahladaha. See, elsewhere, Bhagavan Krishna has said, Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshyosti na priyaha. Name dveshyosti. It is not as though I hate the Danavas and Daichas. No. Amongst the Daichas and Danavas, I have special liking for Prahlada. I am indeed Prahlada. Prahladasya Daichanam. The glory of Prahlada is mine amongst the Daichas. And Prahlada is a very great bhakta of Bhagavan. That's a big story. And Prahlada's father is Hiranyakashipu. And his uncle's name is Hiranyaksha. I do not remember as to who is elder between Hiranyaksha and Hiranyakashipu. I think Hiranyakashipu is the elder fellow. These Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha are the two of the doorkeepers of Vishnu Loka. Okay? Parshadaha. Now these people have been cursed by the Sanaka Sanandana rishis, so they had to take 3 times but in the Bhuloka as the enemies of Vishnu. This is the first incarnation for them, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. And Hiranyakashipu, Bhagavan Vishnu very easily will eliminate. But for that, a lot of help from Prahlada was required. Prahlada was required to help Bhagavan Vishnu in the form of displaying his great reverence for Vishnu and enrage Hiranyakashipu to no end. And in that mood, Hiranyakashipu would have done untold miseries were heaped on Prahlada, and that became a papa karma for Hiranyakashipu, and all his punya has completely been sucked away. And that was the help Bhagavan Vishnu was waiting for from Prahlada. And this Hiranyakashipu, he does he does a tremendous tapas, penance, and Brahmadeva appears and asks him, "What do you want?" He says, "I want to be immortal." Brahmadeva says, "Not possible. Jatasya hi dhruvo mrityuho." Don't you know that? It is not possible. But you can pick and choose which could be the cause of your death, or what all cannot be the cause of your death. This you have freedom to choose. Then this Hiranyakashipu chooses, like no other Danava, no other Rakshasa, including Ravanasura, have ever asked this kind of a boon from Brahmadeva. You know what he wants? Okay, I do not want to be killed by any Shastra. I do not want to be killed by any Astra. I do not want to be killed by either of these, whether they are wet or dry or burning. Okay? Then he says, I should be, I should not be put to death by Devas, Danavas, Rakshasas, Manavas, Kinnaras, Kimpurushas. You name a being, he mentions all those. And she says, I must be safe from all those. And he says, I should not be killed on the earth. I should not be killed in waters. And I should not be killed in Akasha. Now these three, without these three, where can you kill a person? And he says, I should not be killed in the house. I should not be killed outside the house. I should not be killed during daytime. I should not be killed during night time. And I should not be killed by anything that has life. And I should not be killed by, by any living being known thus far. Known thus far. Brahmadeva says, okay, granted. All is granted. Then Prahlada engenders as though he became the cause for Narasimha Avatara. Nrsimha Avatara. This was unheard of those days in the Kruta Yuga. This story is from Kruta Yuga, which is also called Satya Yuga. And this kind of a being was unheard of. And that was part of the boons he has got. Any known being, okay? Any known being, I should be invincible. I should not be killed by any known being. And Narasimhavatara, it was not known till then. Okay, half lion from the waist upwards it is lion, and from the navel downwards it is man. It's a man lion. Narasimha. Narasimha. Nara is man. Simha. Narasimha Avatara. And that avatara, that is the avatara to save Prahlada. And this Prahlada was put to a lot of trouble by Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu asked him, hey, where is this Narayana? You are chanting his name so often. Where is this Narayana? Prahlada says, where is he not, father? He is everywhere. He is everywhere. And everywhere means we is in the air. He says, yes, he is in the air. Is he in the waters? Yes, he is in the waters. Why is it I am not able to see? Because you don't say Narayana. Prahlada says, you say Narayana and he will present himself to you. You must have the developed mind to say Narayana, and you must have tremendous bhakti in respect of Narayana, then Narayana will present himself to you. I am able to see Narayana all the time in my life. I don't know why you are not able to see. Then Prahlad, this Hiranyakashipu says, you are my sworn enemy. You are my eldest son, but you have become the Vamshanashika. I will have nothing of you. Take him away and put him to death. That was the order from Hiranyakashipu. And Prahlada was thrown from the tops of mountains into the ravines. And Prahlada, nothing happens to him. He will say Narayana, Narayana, and the Narayana will be the protector for Prahlada all the time. And then Hiranyakashipu will appoint lions lions to kind of chew him, and the lions simply say pranam to him and go away. He will have huge elephants press him down till death. The elephant comes, and when the elephant comes, Prahlada will look to the elephant as though like the mighty lion, and the elephant simply folds its tail and goes away. Like that, so many times he has done a lot to kill Prahlada. And finally, he will have his own wife administer poison to Prahlada. And Prahlada takes that poison. Nothing happens to him. Nothing happens to him. Then he says, hey, I have won over so many worlds. There is no enemy of mine. Who is this Narayana? Who is your protector? And every time I try to get rid of you, you are coming back alive. What is your protection? Who is that fellow? Then Prahlada says, for you, for me, and for everybody in the world, whoever is the protector, that protector is mine. And that protector will take care of you, provided you surrender to him. Where can I see that fellow? Can you show me in this pillar? The Prahlada says, yes, why not? When he is everywhere, why can't he be in the pillar? Then Narayana very quickly will have to take his presence in all the pillars of the palace. In all the pillars of the palace, because Hiranyakashipu is demanding. And that is the power of the bhakti, the power of the bhakta. And then he says, why can't he be in the pillar when he is everywhere? What is pillar for him? He will be there. You can go and search. Then this Hiranyakashipu breaks that pillar, and out comes Nrsimha. Narasimha comes, and he will pick this Hiranyakashipu like a like an eagle picks up a vicious serpent and takes him to the door sill, which is neither the inside of the house nor outside of the house. And this happens at the twilight hour, in the evening twilight. It is neither daytime nor night time. And he should not be killed on the bhumi. So he deposits him on his laps. That is neither bhumi nor akasha nor jalam. So Brahmadeva, whatever boons he has given, Narayana in the form of Nrsimha has confirmed to that. See, that is the beauty of these stories. Somebody frames a law and somebody else will not break it, including Narayana, could not break it. And he confirms to all the boons which Hiranyakashipu has got. And how is he killed? He should not be killed by anything which has life. Now the nails, your nails, my nails, do they have life? or are they lifeless? His wounds are, I should not be killed by anything that has life, and I should not be killed by anything that is lifeless, like Astra Shastra, all those things. Now, the nails, you can't say, it is debatable for you whether it is having life or it does not have life. If you say it does not have life, how does that grow? If you say it has life, how are you, doing nurturing of the nail? How are you cutting your nail without hurting your finger? It's neither having life nor not having life. That kind of a thing. See, all the conditions are fulfilled very, very adequately, efficiently, and to the core. And using his huge nails, Narasimha will tear open his stomach and kill him. So that kind of a Prahlada, whose father, the tormentor of Prahlada, was eliminated by Nrsimha, Prahladashyasmi Daichanam. Later on, in the Bhagavatam, the story goes, Nrsimha was in tremendous rage, tremendous anger, and to pacify him, Mahalakshmi was brought by Brahmadeva. She failed to pacify him. Brahmadeva, Indra, and all the deities went on chanting glories of Vishnarayana in the form of Nrsimha. They failed. Then Brahmadeva thought it fit to send Prahlada to the ferocious Nrsimha. Prahlada trembling because he's a little boy. He was maybe not even a teenager, some 8 or 9-year-old boy. He goes there and praises him, requests him, I am the Hina Purusha, born to a Daitya. I am the son of your sworn enemies. Please have pity on me. And you have done away with my father, who has done a lot of papas. I have done nothing like that. Hey Deva, I have been chanting your name and I have been trying to convert the other boys and girls in this ashram, in the kingdom of my father, to your line. Please have pity on me. Please be peaceful. I am not able to see your tremendous rage. Please be merciful to me. Then Nrsimha is pacified by Prahlada. Except him, nobody else could bring down the anger of Nrsimha, I believe. Prahladashyasmi daichanam kala kalayatamaham mruganam cha mrugendroham vainateyasya pakshinam. I think we will have 1 or 2 other verses. Yeah, pavana pavatam asmi rama shastra bhritamaham yashanam makaraschasmi shrotasam asmi jannavi. Pavanaha pavatam asmi. Amongst the purifiers, I am pavanaha. I am indeed vayu. Okay? Pavatam, amongst the purifiers, I am pavanaha. I am air. Then Shastra Bhrutam, amongst the people who wield weapons, who bear weapons, Aham Ramaha, I am indeed Rama. And who is this Rama? There are 3 Ramas known to us. One is Dasharatha Rama, another is Parashurama, a third one is what?
Balarama.
Balarama. Who is this Rama? Okay, this is to be understood as the one Rama who is the most famous amongst these 3. And the most famous amongst these 3 is Dasharatha Rama. and he is the one amongst the wielders of weapons. I am Dasharatha Rama. And this Dasharatha Rama, not only he is an Avatara Purusha, he had the benefit of being blessed by sage Vishwamitra, who has given him innumerable weapons, a lot of weapons. In the Balakanda of Ramayanam, you will come across this episode. Vishwamitra makes Rama sit, and one day, in the Suprabhata Seva, what do you chant? What do you chant?
Kausalya Supraja
Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate
Pravartate.
Uttishta Narasardhula Kartavyam Daivamanhikam. This has origin from Balakanda of Ramayana. In the Balakanda of Ramayana, Vishwamitra wakes up Bhagavan Rama. Kausalya Supraja Rama. Hey, the wonderful son of Kausalya, Supraja Rama, Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Hey, it is going to be done now. Uttishta Narasardhula. Hey, the tiger amongst men, get up. Uttishta Narasardhula. Kartavyam Daivamanhikam. There are a lot of duties for you now. In this daytime is almost opening out. That is the sloka. Kausalya Supraja Rama. Purva Sandhya Pravartate. Uttishta Narasardhula. Kartavyam Daivamanyakam. And that Vishwamitra is not a small rishi. A tremendous commitment he had. He was a king, a Kshatriya, who by his sheer dint of effort and commitment, he became a Brahmana. He became a Brahmarshi. That kind of a Brahmarshi gives a lot of weapons to Rama. A lot of weapons. And Rama is the Shastrabhrutam. That Rama, Shastrabhrutam, Aham Rama, Dasharatha Rama. Pavanapavatam Rama Shastrabhrutamaham Jashanam Makarasyasmi. Amongst the Jalacharas, I am Makara. Makara has three meanings, I believe. One is perhaps the Makara generally known as the crocodile. Okay? Makara known as a crocodile, but the shark is also mentioned. And what else? There are two other Jalacharas who are very, very mighty.
Whale and the dolphin. Is it
the
a whale?
whale.
Yeah.
The whale is there.
Yeah.
And another Jalachara. All these are possible. The Makara has the meaning of all those, I believe. Jashanam Makarasyasmi, Shrotasamasmi Jannavi. Amongst the flowing bodies of water, I am Jannavi. Jannavi is what? Jannavi is Mother Ganga. Mother Ganga. How did it get this name Jannavi? Ganga is understood. What is this Jannavi?
Is the sage Janu, I think he swallows her because
Yes.
and then he comes out through his ear.
Very right. When Bhagirada takes Mother Ganga behind his chariot and he tells Mother Ganga, please follow me. I want to take you to a place where my forefathers have been reduced to ashes. I want you to please purify them so that they will have Sadgati. She says, okay. And on the way, she will inundate one Rishi ashramam. That Rishi's name is Janhu. Janhu. Jahnu. Okay? Janhu. And that Rishi, when the ashram was inundated, he simply looks at the rushing river, which is very proudly rushing at him and trying to swallow him. He simply puts his palm and the entire river will be in his palm. He will simply drink that. He will drink that. And poor Bhagirath, when he looks back, there is no river. Then he knows there is something happened in this Rishi ashramam. He comes back and requests this Rishi, please release this mother Ganges. I have done a lot of penance to get this mother Ganges from Devaloka, and after a lot of struggle and strife, this is how it is. You can't make her vanish. Please release. Then he releases through his ear, I believe. He releases Mother Ganges, whom he has partaken through the mouth, through the ear. And that is how this Mother Ganga happens to be the daughter of the Janu Rishi. That is how she has become Janhavi. Janhavi. Jashanam Makaraschasmi, Shrotasamasmi Janhavi. Pavana Pavatamasmi, Rama Shastra Bhratamaham. Now at this time, Arjuna, who was listening to Bhagavan Krishna, must have become very uncomfortable, because Bhagavan Krishna is mentioning Shastra Bhrutamaham Aham Rama. He did not say Aham Arjunaha, Aham Pandavaha, Aham Kaunteyaha, nothing. Shastra Bhrutamaham Aham Rama. So Arjuna was slightly worried. What is this? I have done such a lot of practice of this weaponry. There is no weapon that is not known to me. Krishna knows all those. Okay? I have got Divyastra Sampannaha. I am Divyastra Sampannaha. There is no weapon that is not known to me. I have got these weapons from all the deities of the Devaloka. I have got these weapons even from Bhagavan Shankara, the Pashupatastra. In spite of it, why is it Krishna Bhagavan is not mentioning me as Shastra Bhrata Maham Arjuna? Who is this Rama? Must have been the thought in Arjuna's mind. This is my wild thinking, not that Arjuna was guilty of this. Pavana Pavatamasmi, Rama Shastra Bhrutamaham, Yashanam Makaraschasmi, Shrotasamasmi Janhavi. Yeah, we will cover the ground tomorrow again. Hari Om, everybody. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you,
Nana.
Nana.
Thank you
Hari
so
Om.
much.
Hari Om, everybody. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Gurudev. I think this is the end of this. We have two more to watch, two more sessions. And on 23rd, that is, we'll finish that tomorrow and day after. 23rd, Nana said he will come onto our session to clarify any doubts. So in case any one of us has doubts, please note them down and you may either email it or put it in the WhatsApp group. You can send it across to him. Another thing he was mentioning was, he said, if all of us are okay with it, he would maybe in 1 or 2 sessions cover the Ramana, the 42 shlokas that Bhagavan Ramana has compiled. So he said we could go through those 42 verses.
Oh, that's
So let us, let us just recollect all that we have learned and listened to regarding the session today. also from yesterday's session, in case there's so many stories that we did not really cover yesterday. So let us all share. Yeah. I think the importance of Vainateya, and in so many ways his power and his prowess is portrayed. Banana picked up the story from yesterday where he he's holding the branch that was broken, that had all the rishis on the branch, and then on one claw he's holding this huge elephant and the other he's holding this huge tortoise. He goes to Kashyapa and he says, where do I place them? So he goes to the Gandham Madhava Parvata, I think, right? There he sits, and then he safely deposits those sages, and then he has his breakfast, so to say. And how he relieves his mother of the curse that she's going to be the slave of her co-sister.
I couldn't hear you, Dr. Brahma. Can you speak a little bit louder?
Okay,
Sorry.
no problem. Am I okay here? Now am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you could, we say that what.
Vainateya. Yesterday, Nana was talking about Vainateya, Garuda, the importance, how he was born, and all the stories woven around him. Apparently, in the Mahabharata, there are about 30 to 30 plus pages that are attributed to his glory and his power. So one of that was about him going to his regarding his food, because he's so huge, no food is kind of sufficient for him. So he goes to his father to ask him, where do I, what food do I eat? Then he's directed to get this huge elephant and a huge tortoise, who are actually Maharshis who've had some curse on them. So they had become this elephant and the tortoise. So in order to redeem that, it's also interwoven. One person's action redeems the other person. So it's like that. So he goes and gets them, and he's sitting on a branch of a tree to have them, not knowing that there are a lot of rishis on that branch. And then the branch, because of this weight, it starts bending and it breaks. So he picks that up with his beak and he flies back to his father to ask him, where do I where do I sit to have my meal? And what do I do with this branch? So then Father Kashyapa directs him to the mountain. And that's where he sits. He deposits the sages that are there on the branch there. And then he has his meal. He has his breakfast, so to say. And
You
then
said that, was it Parvata you mentioned? Was it the place of the mountain, or is it like the forest that you mentioned?
I don't.
Okay.
That I think I'm.
Okay.
Yeah, people can correct me. I thought it was a mountain, but if anyone else knows where it was, please mention. I think
No, that's. Yeah, he said three things about Garuda, right? Like one is that story that you said, and the other one was he's bringing the Amrita from Devaloka to Nagas, and then he encounters Vishnu, and he becomes asking the question of, he's asking for the boon, right? Like, what do you want? And he wants to sit on top of Vishnu. And Vishnu offers him to be on top of his Ratha. And then that was kind of cunningly, like I was wondering what he's going to say. He says, I want to sit on top of you. Like that. And then he becomes Vagana. That's nice way how that Garuda became Vagana for Vishnu. And that
Then
was
he
nice.
asks him, Garuda asks Vishnu, you seek a boon from me.
Right,
Then
exactly.
Vishnu says, I want you to be my vehicle.
Yeah, that's very nice. So did I miss anything else on that?
Vishnu that way is portrayed as a very shrewd person. Unlike Brahma, and Shiva have been kind of, so to say, I can't mention careless, but they just keep giving boons without thinking. Whereas Vishnu is in all the Puranas that is portrayed, that's my opinion. He is the shrewd person. He is the one who is kind of grounded, and he, like, see,
Time
for,
to, yeah.
yeah, like that
Yeah.
Mohini Avatara, how he says that Bhasmasura, where he says,
Right.
he puts his hand over the head, and then Bhasmasura also turns into ashes. So Vishnu is the one poor guy who's got to keep correcting all the so-called careless boons that Brahma and Shiva keep giving their devotees. Similarly,
But on the other hand, like when they're doing that kind of penance, like, when you talk about karma yoga, right? All these Puranas or whatever we're reading, they're expecting something from that penance, right? I mean, they want to get some kind of power. Um, Ravana or any of these people, like the Shikandi, all these people, when they're asking for boon, basically to destroy somebody else or protect themselves or something like that. And it wasn't a totally selfless act. So whatever they asked, it was given to them. But then also it tells you how limited we are in our knowledge. There will be something more than this to take away, uh, to nullify that effect also. It did not put the dharmic fact, that something kind of comes out when you're listening to the stories.
Jai Gurudev, Nanaji said that Danu is the mother of Danavas. So who is the mother of Manushas?
we're all descendants of Manu. Manu is the Brahma Manasa Putra. So we're all like descendants from there.
Yeah, but who's the mother of Manushas?
See, when
Like
you say,
Kashyapa had 13 wives, and each of these species are from one of his wives. So like that, I heard that Nanaji said the Daityas are born to Danu, one of the sisters of Vainateya, Diti, Aditi and all that. So I didn't hear about Manushya, so that's why I'm asking.
you please put this question down when he comes day after tomorrow. You can note this down, Sumaji.
Also,
Okay.
that same sloka where he says about Kalaha, Kalayatmaham, Atmaham.
Kalaha
Like,
Kalayatamaham.
yeah, sorry, Kalayatamaham. Yeah, I remember like when we are discussing, we had this question. Well, he describes I'm time, and also that kind of we had that question, right? I suppose saying like go timeless, they are Brahman is timeless, but where Nannas clearly explained that he is time, but when you realize Atma, that Atma, Brahman, then this Kala is not there anymore. So obviously then Brahman is timeless, but then we have as a Jagat that we have, I mean, but he is keeping the time, like he's a timekeeper kind of, um, what did he say that time? Not find it, but so something.
In the
But
Nitya
he is,
Jagat, time is important. No? See,
right.
he
Jagat,
goes
we have
beyond.
time, but he also, I wouldn't say part of the time, but he is also time, meaning
Yeah.
keeping track of all this past, present, future, everything. But he by himself is timeless. That's how we can say, right? Like by Brahman himself, not timeless. The other thing also, he mentioned in this, you were talking about Brahmashaya, Maya, that how that we are dependent on we talked about Nimitta Karana and Upadana Karana, right? So that it's clearly explained that again, this Brahman as his power is Maya, that is become Upadana Karana. So the Trinity, how he explained like the three concepts of Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva is become a Maya. They are part. They are Maya. That without the nod of this Trinity, this power is not functioning. So that's the kind of way he put it, right? I mean, I'm trying to understand what exactly he said. I thought it's a little bit other way around because of the Shakti is needed for Shiva to do whatever his thing is. So
no, it is because of Shiva that Shakti is there.
Yeah, so that by knowing that his Maya is here also, that I don't know, we can call this the male female kind of thing, but then again, and that Shiva Shakti, we consider as the one, or is it two separate things?
Yeah. See, even in our human experience, it is the mother that creates. The mother has the creative power of a womb, and she's the one who creates. But then without the presence of Shiva, without the male principle, there's no creation possible. Both have to come together.
Yeah.
So even in our day-to-day experience, we have this experience that it is the female energy that moves and creates. And so like Purusha and Prakriti, it is Prakriti is the Maya, the manifestation of Ishvara. Yeah, as Maya is the whole.
Okay. Got it. Okay.
So
that makes sense. Yeah, it's like revising it, it's really good thing also, like how Prahlada's Daitya, and he gave so much of reasoning behind it. How he made Narasimha to be peaceful. No one could pacify him.
Right.
It was very nice.
It's also very nice that today we discussed Vainateya and Gadru. Today is Nag Chaturthi and tomorrow is Garuda Panchami.
Tomorrow is Garuda Panchami. Oh, I thought it was Naga Panchami tomorrow.
It is actually Naga Chaturthi, which is today. And it is Garuda Panchami, but people refer to it as Naga Panchami.
Oh, it's very coincidental.
This other thing that he talked about, it's very nice also. That Ganga story, Ganges story. Yeah.
How Ganga became Jannavi.
Jannavi. That name is so nice, right? Jannavi.
Right.
That Rishi's name is, what did he say? Was it
Jannu. Jannu. Jahnu.
Oh, Jannu. Okay, got it. So that was kind of, I can't believe how this Rishis, got this kind of whatever I couldn't I mean, like the power or whatever, like they got it, the river into their mouth, and then it comes out of the ear. So funny. I mean, it sounded like something this could happen or not. But then again, Shotras, Shot, Shotrachas, Shotasam Asmi,
Shrotasam asmi Jannavi.
Shotarasam Asmi Janavi. Very
Shrotasam.
nice. Mm.
And
So
also
he's saying among the rivers, but what is the, but Shotrasam Asmi, I thought it was a hearing. So
no. Shrotasam is the one that among those that flow. I think that Shrotasam asmi Jannavi is helping those that flow. Because earlier he has said Sarasam asmi Sagaraha. Sarasa is a pond. A pond doesn't flow, right? The ocean doesn't flow. The ocean is just there. Whereas amongst those that flow, I am Jannavi.
Okay, got it. The Sagaras mean then this one is Shotras.
Yeah. Sarasam asmi Sagaraha and Shrotasam asmi Jannavi.
Thomas.
And also how Garuda helps his friend who's Vishwamitra's disciple, who wants to give him Guru Dakshina,
Yeah, that
pestering
was
him.
interesting story. I
That
remember he
Vishwamitra
went over
says,
that.
go and get me 800 horses, white horses with a little black dot on the left ear. What a Guru Dakshina to ask for.
Right. Like
Vishwamitra's
Drona
greatness.
asking the
Yeah,
big
go ahead.
thumb on the Eklavya, like that.
Like Dronacharya asks Ekalavya for his thumb.
Yeah.
But that given, that is something,
That
it
was
is
given, yeah.
it is there you can give, but where you'll go finding horses that have a 800 white horses with a black dot. I mean, like how Kadruma did paint the tail of the horse black
Mm,
in order to,
it's possible.
that's.
Yeah.
But then he goes there to the ocean and he's trying to empty the ocean, and that's when Garuda asks, "What are you doing? How can you empty?"
Yeah. Like to read that story up. It's nice to know what exactly that was.
What I was thinking yesterday with regards to all the Mahabharata stories, apart from kindling human values, I think the way they portrayed different characters, the manifestation of sattva, rajas, and tamas becomes so evident, and it is like a mirror for us. No, see, this is how you should be. This is how you should not be. And when you're reading this, it kind of mirrors our own tendencies, our own thoughts that go on in our mind. That will kind of chisel you. It will fine tune the way you should, refine your behavior, your thinking process, the value system. So it's actually, I'm thinking it's going to be a beautiful experience reading this.
As you're talking about that, that even as we are reading or doing things, I posted, probably you also, I hope you read it also.
Yeah, I read that. I had a late night yesterday, but I went through that video. It was really very good about happiness, no?
Yeah. So, that point of view, when we all probably went through that kind of, probably that same way of what he was saying. But then, however we estimate our own happiness, knowing this, reading this, happiness is within you, like that's your true nature and things like that. So you're not looking for it. You're not going to get that from outside things. That is the point. It came to my mind, but then again, every step of the way, why didn't it didn't happen before, and why is it now? Things like that. But I thought, when people had a chance to uh, look at it and see what came to their mind when they were listening to it. Just curious to see. Yeah. So like that, so many things as we are reading, um, when we are looking at those things happening like you said, yeah, we are comparing ourselves where we are at this point, like in our life. Are we able to handle this? Are we able to face this? When you look at it, then how important it is to these young kids who is growing up also should have this knowledge. That's how it feels like it, even though whether they're going to like it or not, that's a different story. But then again, um, I was reading about like now all these medical schools, after NEET exam, they get the seat and not getting the seat. Somewhere I read the post I put it wasn't the right one, so that's why I deleted it. But then there's some kids who committed suicide. That means they're not able to face that. Yeah, it's not correct, but they didn't get it. But it's not the end of the world, like they need to have that strength to face it. This world, that it's not very truthful, and sometimes it's not there. I wish they have that strength by knowing this karma yoga, or like, it came to my mind about Arjuna. Arjuna, when he felt that he has to go and fight, and he became very sad, and he was going to give up everything and go into sannyasa or do something else, right? And how like Krishna has been a great guru, and he got him out of that
Depression.
sadness, yeah, depression, and he got him out of that. And step by step he got him realize that is not the life. I mean, this is what it is, and then let him decide what he should do also at the end. So that is the way we should be an example for our kids, or the future generation. But I don't know how much they listen to us, but then at least I feel if they had that kind of an education, it would be much better world, I think.
Which
I
is true.
felt, how much this has been in our country, or in the whole world. Actually, Bhagavad Gita has been there for so many years, and more and more people read this. Hopefully, they be able to get that strength and life lessons from this, and
Yeah.
for their career and stuff
May
like
that
that.
happen. May that
Yeah,
happen. So shall
that's so.
we
Yeah,
wind up
take.
here?
I won't want to take a lot of time.
No problem. We'll wind up here today, and we'll continue tomorrow and day after. And tomorrow, day after. So Wednesday morning, that is Tuesday evening for you, Dr. Mara. Nana will come along. And
Tuesday evening, you said?
for you, Tuesday evening. Today is
Oh,
Sunday
okay,
evening, no, for you.
okay.
Sorry, Saturday evening. So for us, it's already Sunday. So 2 days from
Okay.
now, yeah.
23rd, you said, right? 23rd.
Yeah, 23rd our
Uh,
time, which is 22nd for you.
Oh, okay, okay. All right.
Okay? Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Om Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Tat Sat Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Gurudev.